our main events, John Duddy and Dupre Strickland. We'll be right back with that after this. Is ranked 8th in the world by many sanctioning bodies and by the boxing writers, so he's got a lot of respect to go along with his fan appeal.
And he, he can punch, and he's got a smile, which I know it doesn't mean a lot, but that's what people like to see in fighters. Can you smile, have you some personality, and he's got that.
Yeah, make boxing fun for the fans. Make them come out and want to see it happening, like your neighborhood.
You smile, they want an autograph, they want to come next to you. You got a scowl on your face, they're going somewhere else.
Well, he's got a smile on his face now. We're getting ready for the introductions from Joe Antonacci.
Boxing fans, Irish Ropes Boxing presents our main event of the evening. Tonight's main event is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Ron Scott Stevens is our chairman, Hugo Spindola, general counsel. Deputy Commissioners Bob Manji, Mike Pascal, Director of Boxing Ralph Petrillo, and Director of Licensing Madeline Brady. Our physicians at ringside, Rick Weinstein, Victor Kabi, and Linda Dahl. Our Chief Inspector Felix Figueroa, and our timekeeper at the bell, Yvonne Williams. Boxing fans, our main event is scheduled for 10 rounds of action in the middleweight division. Judges for our main event, Bob Gilson, Louis Rivera, and Matt Ruggiero, and our referee for our main event will be Danny Schiavone. Introducing first in the blue corner, he comes to us tonight all the way from Slidell, Louisiana. He weighed in at 160½ pounds and wears red trunks. Professional record, 18 victories, only 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 7 knockouts. Please welcome Dupre, Total Package Strickland. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us tonight from Derry City, Ireland. He weighed in at 161½ pounds. Blue trunks, gold trim, perfect professional record, 19 victories, no defeats, 15 knockouts. Please welcome Ireland's John Duddy!
Let's go, fellas, bring it in. Let's go. All right, fellas, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Expect you to obey my commands at all times and keep the bout clean. Touch them up. Go back to your corners. Good luck.
Duddy will be fighting a lefty, so we'll see how that factors into his game plan. He's got the height and reach.
Yep, he's fought a few, but it looks like the Total Pack is about to run out there and see if he can swarm John Duddy.
Box.
Could be a mistake early, but we'll see. He would love to smother him. So here we go. Duddy in the blue trunks, of course. The lefty is Dupre Strickland.
Sometimes Duddy starts real fast and blows you out of there. If he doesn't blow you out of there, he takes his time, does what he's supposed to do, and tries to wear you down.
Against the lefty, we'll look for that right hand lead from him. Double left hook.
Go right down the middle and watch the footwork to see if they start stepping on each other's feet. Duddy wants to keep his left on the outside of the right foot of Strickland.
Strickland able to get in a counter left hand, but they look like they're in practically different weight divisions when they get up close. Duddy towers over Strickland.
Strickland on the outside right now. Quick hands by John Duddy. Thing forgot to mention. He punches hard, but he has quick hands and he's accurate with his punches.
John Duddy from the very good victory over Yuri Boy Compass, and look, comes right back here.
5, 6.
Trying to make quick work
7.
of a showcase bout.
You okay? Come to me.
He was down, and Duddy got another shot in there, and the referee just couldn't get over there in time.
Let's see how he comes on now.
He's a good finisher, but he always takes his time.
The Olay song. The crowd expecting this to be short. Strickland misses over the top. He's not tying up Duddy. Duddy looking for a place to drop home one big hammer.
Strickland not really throwing anything, not leaving himself open for a counter. Gonna make Duddy do the work.
Duddy's doing it. Fires a left hook. Strickland backing off. He comes in and leaves himself open. He ties up there. Duddy couldn't miss him with a right hand.
And he's using that jab just to touch him to bring the right hand right behind it. Then he misses with that, he brings the left hook over. And Strickland's slowing down, not moving at all.
This ring is too small for Strickland, even though it's a small ring. It's even smaller now with Duddy on top of it.
And Strickland's only been stopped once in his career, all the way back in 2001 against Carl Handy.
Well, Duddy has sent him an early message in this one. Duddy with the right hand cocked, closing in on Strickland. Good body shot by Duddy. And then Strickland comes in, misses over the top. He appears to have gotten over the shock of the knockdown, but Dupre Strickland still with an uphill battle, to say the least. The crowd loves the opening round by Duddy.
You're doing good, but you're trying too hard. Yeah. Take your time. He's there for you, but you're trying too hard. You gotta breathe. Stop reaching for it. Walk him down, touch him. If you swing it.
Harry Kite said you're trying too hard, but before he was trying too hard, set him up perfectly. Went to the body, left hook right off the head, and nailed him another one for good measure. Misses with the right, keeps throwing punches. Chopping shot off the top. Takes a good punch while he's down, too.
We've seen that temple shot come into play a lot
Yes,
tonight.
we have.
How do you feel, bro?
Can't hit you with that left hook.
All right.
That left hook he's trying to hit you with. Can't hit you with it if you go through.
You're doing good, but just
Seconds out.
do it.
The temple shot is not easy to land. You're going to a small area, but the returns are extremely high. We get six for round 2, scheduled for 10. John Duddy against Dupre Strickland. Duddy undefeated. This is Dave Bontempo and Tony Page with you from the Beacon Theater in New York.
Strickland landed a couple of good quick shots in there.
Duddy swarming over the top.
You see Duddy
Watch
just
your
trying
heads,
to dig
fellas.
those left
Watch
to
your
the
heads.
body and to the head. But Duddy's working the body just to hold him in place to bring it upstairs real quick. You think about it, hit a guy to the body and you hurt him, he ain't moving that quick, then you can go upstairs and throw a combination.
Duddy is all over Strickland here. Strickland backing up. Duddy with the right hand cocked, but he waits.
Strickland looks like he's trying to set up that left over the top.
Strickland cornered himself with his movement. A dangerous place to be. Hooked by Duddy, just missed scoring big. He goes back to the jab. Strickland managing to move well enough to keep Duddy from cutting it off. But then Duddy makes a quick step to his right. If he does that, Tony, he'll get Strickland right in front of him.
He will. He just has to, he's trying to cut the ring off. Strickland's trying to go the other way to keep Duddy off him, just by using movement, but he's not firing while he's doing that. And then when he gets on the ropes, good body shots by Duddy.
He made Strickland sag with
Yes.
that body shot. And you know another one is coming.
Like I said, you nail him to the body, he freezes, then you go up top. Think about it, some guys use the body just to keep wearing you down. Duddy tries to freeze you with that left hook to the body.
And Duddy may have a cut
Break. Step back.
out of his right eye. The heads have been coming together, and we'll see how that is ruled. Is it the old righty-lefty bugaboo with the heads, or Was it sliced open by a punch? In any case, it's bothering Duddy, and his corner will have a challenge between rounds 2 and 3. George Mitchell, the cut man, will be front and center.
Great fight against Fury Boy Complex. He was cut terribly. George Mitchell did a tremendous job. Earned his check for the rest of the year just on that fight alone. Give him a chance to work on this cut, see what he does. Doesn't seem to be too bad yet. The Strickland landed punches.
So does Strickland have something to hang his hat on? Or will Duddy take that away?
Time!
Round 2 is over. And into the corner of Duddy.
Right eye from a punch.
We'll go the story of this fight. Referee indicates it's a punch, and that's good. You know exactly where it's at.
Behind the eye almost, all the way on the side.
Give me the towel. You're still trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? You're not moving your head from side to side. You're still trying hard. You're sticking your neck out there. Move your head. You understand what I'm saying? Move your head, John. Move your head. Walk him
Going
down.
out the side.
Stop following him. Cut the ring
Which is
off.
okay.
You wonder how much pressure is on him now. Maybe he's thinking, I got this fight in Ireland in front of my fans and family. I better hurry up and get this done. You wonder, does it get away from your game plan of taking your time?
And is that fight in Ireland gone?
Yes.
Seconds out.
And depends how long the fight goes on. Does Duddy try and press to end it so it doesn't get any worse?
All right, so we've got a few more variables to toss into the pot, make it more fun. Third round action. John Duddy, undefeated in the blue trunks. Ranked number 8 by various sanctioning bodies in the world. Dupre Strickland has made a mark, literally.
Watch those heads, fellas.
In the
Watch those
first
heads
couple
now.
rounds, a right hand opening up, a cut out the corner of Duddy's eye. Now, Strickland will keep trying to go back there.
He's going to have to. Maybe move to his left to try and bring that left hand over to reach the eye. But he should be jabbing, even though Duddy has the reach. Got to throw something at him.
Now, these guys have different talent levels. Strickland has never been more than 8. Duddy has had some 10 and 12 round fights, but a cut can be an equalizer. It can bring Strickland up a level if he jumps on it.
Yes, and it could also make Duddy get nervous and use up a lot of energy that he really wouldn't. You stick to the game plan. Once you get cut, you throw it out the window. Maybe you're fighting too fast to get stuff done, and your tank is empty that much faster.
That's why the referee's decision and the call is very big. If the referee said it's from a butt, you're not worried so much. You just try to win the fight in the scorecards.
Right.
But if the referee says, as he did here, it's a punch, well, if that cut ever ends the fight, if you're John Duddy, you lost.
Yeah.
Watch the feet.
Duddy has to let it come. He can't get too anxious. He's got the power, but he has to deliver it and deliver it in the right way, not wild, so you don't get countered and maybe that eye gets busted up some more.
You mentioned George Mitchell, and he did a fine job between rounds.
Watch the heads. Watch
then
the heads.
If Duddy can keep Strickland away for a little while, he can let Mitchell's magic work throughout this fight.
I mean, you look at him now, you say, what cut? Mitchell did a great job.
And he did a great job, and Duddy is helping that by not getting hit there so far in this round.
Maybe you just take a little time off, let the Vaseline get in there, and you just work from the outside. Mitchell, on the other hand, Strickland rather, should be just getting in there, just trying to, nice cut, Duddy coming in. Strickland should get in there and throw a lot of punches. One of them would hit the eye eventually, but he's got to gamble.
Right, for Strickland, a window opened, and he did not open it any further in round 3. Regardless of anything else, that is a significant development in favor of John Duddy. As they keep on pounding each other, we come to the end of round 3. Duddy and Strickland.
Time!
Boy, at the end of that round.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to me out there. You too tight. You too tense. You know what I'm saying? You too tight. You too tense. And you're loading up. You're going one punch at a time.
Well, under the category, is it uglier than it looks? Well, there you go. Forehead problem now. That would it seemed to be a butt.
That would look like it, and it was right before they cleaned it up. Was blood all over like a red mask. This one, that high, couple of jabs, pops that open easy.
Make sure you get that water up there.
It's funny, the first cut, Mitchell did a great job. You can't tell it's there.
Seconds
This
out.
one, he got some time to work on it.
Wipe up that water, please. Let's go, fellas. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Fourth round action.
Hold up.
John Duddy
Let's go.
and Dupre Strickland. And John Duddy, a cut at the corner of his right eye, and a bad one in terms of how it will look on his forehead. Now the concentration comes in. Now you have to make the referee know at all times.
Watch those heads.
You're not
Let's go.
effective.
You wonder, you don't know how much longer this fight's going to go, but let's say Duddy ended it in 30 seconds from now. Do those cuts heal in time to fight in July in Ireland in the big fight they're all talking about? Does it get pushed back? Does it get canceled?
Now, the longer this goes with that, the odds of that fight in July become more remote.
Because you have a top 10 fighter here, you don't want to take the chance. You get cut, sometimes you sit on the shelf. And even after the Yuri Boy Campos fight, took him a while for everything to heal, which is what you do. But Duddy has to stay within his game plan.
The heads come together again. And this righty-lefty matchup in Strickland's feisty style show you that there's still no such thing as a layup in boxing.
No. Duddy's got to get in there, work the jab, go back to throwing those power punches that freezes them in spots, right in place, and then work on them.
Fans are chanting. How many fights do you hear people chanting names of fighters and support? Not many. That's what makes this guy special.
Waiting for a soccer game to break out any minute.
We've had that on our minds. Here's Duddy. Trying to throw two punches together. Good left hook by Duddy. That drives Strickland back.
Backing him back, yes. You see, Strickland should be jabbing.
Now Strickland allowing Duddy to tie him up, and that's not good for him because Duddy can muscle him.
But again, George Mitchell, great job with the cut, no blood. Strickland trying to be very elusive.
Well, for Strickland, this fight will be a pot shot party. Can he get enough situations where he can go in, open up the cut, and make it worse? Otherwise, Duddy is overpowering him.
But Duddy, I think when he gets close to him, he just wants to start digging those shots in. That's when Strickland just stays in, gets out of there. He's got to hit him hard enough to push him back into the ropes and then pin him and then work on him. Don't lean and smother yourself. He should be jabbing right there. Can't go anywhere. He's got his back against the rope.
Strickland tried an uppercut from out deep. Fortunately for him, he did not pay a big price. The intrigue grows as we come to the end of round 4.
Duddy cut over the forehead, accidental headbutt.
Well, Tony, we speculated that the headbutt was responsible for the forehead problem, and that's been borne out now.
Yep, they came together. The referee said that the cut over the right eye of John Duddy was from a headbutt, and that's what happens. It's a third round action, and as you said, southpaws get together with orthodox. That's what happens.
All right, so for John Duddy, the forehead's a freebie. That won't cost him the fight, but the eye is not.
Not at all. If Strickland opens up the eye and they got to go to stop the fight just on the eye cut, not going to the scorecards because of an accidental butt on the eye.
So That's how that stacks up. Otherwise, John Duddy would seem to have things the way he wants against Dupre, Strickland. He's following Strickland back. He's loading up on him, trying to find openings, scoring with the right hand, the body shots. Strickland, as the fight is going along, is growing in confidence.
He's growing in confidence. I don't have him winning a round yet. He's just not throwing enough, and you know, a left forehead to a right forehead is not a punch.
He's happy that he can hang around and be a pest,
Yeah.
and then try to steal it.
Right.
He is 18-1-1. Duddy 19-0, 15 knockouts. We're at the Beacon Theater. I'm Dave Bontempo along with Tony Page. Glad you're enjoying this one. It was forecast as a Duddy showcase, but we all know better when it's somebody's showcase.
You got Duddy, who's 27 years old, Strickland, who's 37 years old. Strickland's hanging in there. Like I said earlier, I wonder if Duddy just gets a little impatient because he knows he's cut. He knows he's got a big fight coming. Another fight down the road and later in the year. But you got to take care of business first, as you said. Maybe you don't get him out of there. Maybe it goes the distance. But stick to your game plan. If his knockout's going to be there, it's going to come. He scored a first-round knockout, but nothing close since then.
You don't want Strickland to have a chance to get lucky by gambling too much yourself. Strickland is in a survival mode here. Going back and forth, trying to counter, taking shots, trying to slip them, and then hoping he gets inside and lands a damaging one. But that's getting more remote. He's not a big puncher anyway with only 7 knockouts.
Sometimes I think that he might be getting a little anxious, but work the jab. I know his corner wanted to throw a straight right down the middle against the southpaw. Strickland keeps moving. Seems like he's right in front of Duddy, and just as Duddy gets close, he moves out of there.
Duddy really cannot cut off the ring a lot against this guy. Sometimes he does by taking the quick step to the right. He's got operating room here. Duddy's backing Strickland up. Fires a body shot. Strickland back out to the center of the ring.
Some of his fights, Duddy does not move his head. He doesn't have to right now.
Let him out! Let him out!
So Strickland hanging around, but Duddy piling up points.
Time!
And beautiful Beacon Theater. Some of the greatest names in music have played here. Rolling Stones, Jerry Garcia, Aerosmith. Opened in 1928 as a form for vaudeville acts, musical productions, drama, opera, movies. But you know what? It just wouldn't be complete if they didn't have a boxing match in here. No matter what else they had. And they've had so many things. Madame Butterfly, ballet on Broadway. The list goes on and on. This is a storied place. The Dalai Lama was here.
The Dalai was here?
The Dalai was here.
I missed that.
Site of his teaching classes in 1999. We were probably at a fight.
We probably were. Another form of teaching.
Seconds out.
We go into round 6 in a fight that's gone longer than a good number of people thought. John Duddy, IBA world champion. He's ranked number 8 in other sanctioning bodies.
Oh, good left hook by Duddy.
He's in a good scrap here with Dupre Strickland. Crafty southpaw is here to survive and maybe try to be a pest.
Takes a good shot. Went down in the first round from a punch and got hit again when he was down. No foul, just referee wasn't over there in time. But he's taking some good shots from Duddy. Duddy keeps going to the body, trying to slow him down. And then tries to go upstairs, but Strickland just moves just enough to take the angle away from Duddy.
It's a double-edged sword when you fight someone like Strickland. On one hand, you're not afraid of his punch, but because he likes to dart back and forth and wait and squirm in and out of trouble, when you fight this guy, you have to do all the work.
Yeah, because you think you got him and he's moving. Goes another way and he's moving. You think it's funny, he was hitting him earlier to the body and freezing him, Haven't seen that in a while. But the right hand down the middle seems to be the punch that can reach Strickland if Duddy's in position to throw it.
Strickland backing off, and there's a good right hand by Duddy, and a better left hook
Step
to the
back,
body.
fellas.
And then Strickland tying him up.
Like you said, be a pest. As soon as Duddy thinks he can touch him, he grabs him.
And when a guy fights like this, you can forget about him winning unless the specter of a cut comes up. But Duddy's cut was closed nicely by his corner, and he's done a good job since. So excellent work. Cut man earning his stripes tonight, George Mitchell.
It's a good calling card for George Mitchell. People watching this telecast, especially trainers, will say, man, he's done a great job in this. And then they remember what he did with Joey Boy Compass. The guy can close the cut.
You have to put the pressure on, redirect the blood. You've only got a minute.
Yep.
Here's Duddy firing the right hand and showing no concern now.
Well, Strickland's really not firing back. His offense is just to grab Duddy and make Duddy, as you say, do all the work.
Duddy jabbing, looking to find room in the body shot department. Backing Strickland up. Strickland tries a sneaky shot, but it doesn't get through. There's that right hand by Duddy.
His corner said, keep throwing it, and that's what he's doing with it.
Some heavy hands here by Duddy. Strickland hanging in, but Duddy putting on the show.
Time.
How you feel, Shay? You're not letting your hands go. You're looking for the one big shot. John, the guy is running. He's begging for you to knock him out because he want to get out of there. John, let the right hand go and stop reaching with it. Touch him with the right hand and get rid of this motherfucker, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Just don't tell me that. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
Let you down.
Do it this round.
I'm not gonna let you down.
Do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do it. Get rid of him. Do it. Get rid of him. Come on. Stop putting so much pressure. Step over. Get rid of this guy, man. He's been in there too
Seconds
long.
out.
Get rid of him.
Let's go.
We continue on as John Duddy applies the pressure in round 7 against Dupre Strickland. This is Dave Bontempo and Tony Page from the Beacon Theater, known for music, the sweet music tonight for John Duddy. He's overcome some obstacles against Strickland, but he's coming on strongly now.
Well, you said he's going to put the pressure on him in his corner. Harry Kite, the trainer, said put the pressure on his own fighter. Said get him out of there. He's been in there too long. You wonder if does that accelerate the game plan?
It will. Here's Duddy trying to go in there and do more work. It's inside. Now, that also adds to the possibility that the heads could come together again. The cut could reoccur.
Body shot hurt.
Not an easy game when you're impatient.
And also, it's easy for the guy to say, get him out of there. You have to have him in front of you to get him out of there. Sometimes it's just not running across. You got to set it up. The right hand down the middle seems to be working. There's Strickland with a little flurry just to keep Duddy off him. Didn't land, just made him stop.
Strickland using the outside of the ring. He's getting all the advertisers in. And here comes Duddy missing over the top. Crowd urging him on. The corner already did. But he's missing over the top. He's just a little too close to Strickland when he tries to pour it on.
Yeah. He's so anxious to get to him, he's closing the distance and smothering himself. Step back, use your jab to see how far he is,
Step back.
then punch from that angle. When he starts to move, then you know you can adjust with him.
It's like trying to accelerate in traffic in the middle of New York.
Yeah.
All those cars in front of you. If you can't do it, what good is rushing?
Yeah, so you wait. You wait for the opening. You try and change lanes when you think you got it. Well, he's got to pick it up when he thinks he has it. He's just not there yet.
Tries to lead right hand, but he was too far out. But he missing with a right hand that scores with a left hand. Double jab, that's a good ticket for better things. Strickland is backed up, a right to the body, a left hook to the head by Duddy. It started with the 2 jabs.
Got to keep that, come in behind it, then try and drop the right hand down the middle. Or turn that jab into a hook, go to the ribs.
It's something you see a lot of guys forget in the middle of a fight. And they might get it back, but there are lapses where that jab disappears. Good body shot by Duddy.
He's trying to dig shots in there now. Strickland's a cutie, to say the least.
Duddy's got him measured better now. A good round 7 for John Duddy.
Let's go.
Look, you got something for him. Don't you never say that. Look, when you go to this rope, you gonna run dead into that straight left hand. You come into that, when you lean on that rope, you gonna come dead to that straight left hand. You just let it go.
Don't stop one punch.
Double jab always works for a fighter. Duddy coming behind it. Pushes the guy off 1-2 again. Then he goes to the body, brings it up to the head, throws the punches, everything off the double jab. Ended around, just tries to go for the kill right here. Couldn't really get it, but landed some good shots to the body to try and slow down Strickland.
He got into a different mode when he got comfortable with the jab.
Seconds out.
So into round 8 we go. John Duddy in the blue trunks, 19-0, 15 knockouts. Ranked in the top 10 by various sanctioning bodies. And Dupre Strickland, his opponent from Slidell, Louisiana, trying to ruin Irish John Duddy's party here at the Beacon Theater. But Duddy has been coming on.
Still have Duddy pitching the shutout, 70-64. I don't think Strickland's done enough to win a round. Duddy's the aggressor.
Break.
Working the body shots. And trying to go upstairs to the head.
What makes it tough for Duddy is that Strickland is content with this level of a performance.
Yeah.
And he takes a right hand as Duddy was closer now than he was before. And the lead right hand worked against the lefty.
Well, he's closed the distance that he can land that right hand lead over and over. But he seems to be more effective throwing the double jab, stepping in with the right hand, instead of just one right hand shot from outside.
Break! Now the thing for Strickland, where this was a no-lose fight for him because he wasn't expected to do a whole lot. But had he made this more of a rumble, had he been more of a factor in this fight, he might have set up other things for himself.
He might have.
And he's not doing that here. He's playing the role of pest, but not advancing beyond that.
Maybe he could have done more damage on those cuts. Maybe George Mitchell has to work every round and Duddy gets worried about that.
When you're fighting in the other guy's backyard and he's got the pedigree and the backing,
Stay off his neck.
if you
John,
fight him, it's
back.
not
Let's
only
go,
a
fellas.
payday, but it's an audition for you.
Yeah. He survived a big bad puncher.
Let him know he was in some danger. But Duddy has been in none since the beginning, which was via the cut.
No punches, don't punch.
That cut is invisible now.
Yeah. Great job by George Mitchell. Can't say it enough. Cut on the forehead, from the butt, cut toward the back of the right eyelid from the punch.
Duddy firing the left hook, and then Strickland tying him up.
Duddy gets that close. It takes so much effort just to get away from the clinch.
Watch your elbows, fellas. Break. Step back. Push it up. Watch the elbows.
Strickland doing a good job of just tying Duddy up as he gets closer.
So Strickland in survival mode, and he's gotten himself to round 8. 2 rounds to go.
Off him, man. trying too hard. John, relax, jab, go to the body. Don't smother your punches. Go to the body. Look at me, John. Go to the body. Can I get this?
Yes, yes.
Seconds. Box.
We start round 9, the first time that's ever been said in the career of Dupre Strickland. This is his longest outing now. He's from Slidell, Louisiana, 18-1-1, 7 knockouts. Ireland's John Duddy, ranked in the top 10. He's in the blue trunks, 19-0, 15 knockouts. This is Dave Bontempo and Tony Page. Happy you're with us from the Beacon Theater. And Duddy tries to pour it on against the guy who tries to tie him up.
He doesn't. I'm wondering where the uppercut is from Duddy, because right there when Strickland leans forward, you can just whip it right underneath you, catch him right under the chin. He's leaning on against Duddy anyway when he gets close. He's trying to grab him. You got to be quick to get it off, though. You see Duddy throws that left hook, trying to go for the knockout again.
And he almost got a forehead in the chin from the advancing Strickland. There's a left hand by Strickland. Put that in your memory bank for when Duddy fights a guy with more power.
Yeah, he caught him flush. When he fought Yuri Boy Campos, he just threw so many punches and got staggered and was cut. He just kept coming on, coming on. John just, I don't see the urgency. I think he knows he hasn't won, but I think he's frustrated he can't get the guy out of there.
And it shows how you get to different emotional levels with each fight. Yuri Boy Campos, a great event in the career of John Duddy. A big corner was turned. But the top fighters get up every fight.
Yeah. You're going up the ladder, there are no breaks. Should never be a break when you're an undefeated fighter. You got to protect that O. Duddy trying to just, you see Strickland starting to come forward a little bit. This is where Duddy should be throwing the right hand. He's going to walk right into it.
Strickland is right for it. He gets right in the path of it. Duddy's trying to tee it up. If he jabs, he might set it up. A couple of jabs.
He did well a couple of rounds ago with the double jab. Don't see it here. Strickland's parrying everything he throws.
Just missed with the hook, did Duddy. It's been a favorite weapon of his tonight.
Seems he got away from going to the body.
Left hook drives Strickland back.
Ooh, there was one.
Right. Step back, step back. That's one he may remember next week. But he just missed getting through. And then he did get through the left hook to the body.
Let him out, let him out!
So Duddy put some hurt on Strickland, but Strickland is still there. I wonder what the corners think of what they're seeing.
All good, bro. That's it, bro. You got to put your heart in it. If you back this man up, this man can't fight. I'm telling you. If you back him up, he can't fight. You got to knock this ball out, man. You got to knock him out.
Last round, fellas.
Don't dump him.
Last round.
Move your head. Okay. Come on, Charlie. Let him come to you. Box. You don't want to box.
No.
But go to the body. Right hand to the body, left hook.
I'm not throwing more than 3 punches, bro. I'm not throwing combinations.
I know that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't swallow me.
Two hands go.
Come on, baby. Let's go. That's it.
We hear the motherfuckers talking now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Seconds out.
Boxing fans, put your hands together. This is the 10th and final round.
Well, you heard the comments from John Duddy between rounds. He'll certainly have a realistic assessment of this performance as we are in the last round. Dave Bontempo and Tony Page with you from the Beacon Theater in New York. Duddy is undefeated, has a fight lined up in Ireland. There was a time when that looked in jeopardy. Now you never know because the cut has subsided.
You can see Duddy's a little frustrated. I guess he figures he'd have had him out of here by now. I have him winning every round, but not a good performance by him because I guess the opponent, Strickland's really not fighting back. But as you said, he was a pest. And Strickland's corner said the only way you're going to win is knock him out. But he hasn't shown anything that he has hurt Duddy in this fight at all. Well, let alone sustained any offense to get it done.
You made the point about no breaks in the schedule, but we know that fighters look for some soft spots along the way, and this was one of them, they thought, for Duddy, where they just figured he wouldn't get banged up and whatever happened.
Yeah.
But what you get from that, though, is a guy who will frustrate you. That's the price you'll pay for that type of matchup. This guy's not going to threaten you with a big punch.
But Duddy keeps throwing punches. He tries to be aggressive. I mean, maybe it was false bravado when he knocked him down in the first round. Oh, this would be a piece of cake. Guy doesn't go down anymore.
It's always interesting to me. Guys talk about how they hate when they fight a survivor type, but the survivor types present no danger. So you don't want to say I like fighting that kind of guy, but deep down, I think some fighters really don't mind.
Yeah. At least it answers the question, are you in shape to go 10? So you did the right kind of training. But maybe it's the opponent. Give Strickland some credit. Just enough on the angles, takes a good shot, went down in the first round, maybe it's just cold, wasn't warmed up properly.
Now Duddy teeing off. And if you're Strickland, you're seeing a guy bigger, stronger, more seasoned. You're trying to spoil him. And it just didn't work.
The cut on the forehead seems like it's opened up a little bit.
Step back, fellas.
You wonder why Strickland's just not taking a chance at this point. Run in there, a whole bunch of punches, get out, make Duddy come after you, more punches.
Well, if the mindset isn't victory, then you're happy with this. And this is probably about as well as he fights.
Yeah.
He came and extended himself from 8 rounds to 10, hung in there against a guy who's world class, and just didn't have the weapons to hurt him. We'll be right back with that after this. Well, if ever a fight exemplified the phrase, styles make fights, this was it.
Stay away from Strickland's style in the future, if possible. But as you said, it was a good point you made about being a pest. Some guys that can't knock you out, and it's like trying to hit a swarm of gnats. You hit them, but it still doesn't do anything. It's still there in your face.
Thank you.
It's funny, we've seen this so many times. Guy gets knocked down in the first round, you figure, okay, let's put our coat on, we're going. And it doesn't quite happen.
He makes it all the way. It's like the knockdown wakes him up a bit.
Almost.
Arm clock type deal.
And doesn't give Duddy too much confidence. I can take him out whenever I want. Next thing you know, you're cut. And you can't do what you want to do.
And in that realm, you have to be smart and take what the situation gives you. It started promising for Duddy.
Way back in the first round. Set him up with shots to the body. Nice chopping left. And another one while he was down. There was no penalty on that one. Just out of position. The referee was behind him.
Looked like the total package was totally overwhelmed here.
Yeah. And then it was, I don't know, if it was uphill for Duddy, it was a difficult uphill climb. Dupre, Strickland, he helps his cause. Goes a distance against a power puncher. Comes to New York to fight him. 37 years old, maybe gets a few more years out of this fight alone.
He fought down to Strickland's level a bit.
Yeah. Sometimes when you can't knock a guy out, it makes you work that much harder.
These guys got along well this week at the press conference. Throwback to neighborhood support. People coming out to cheer their Irish favorite. Strickland. And Duddy got along well all
Right
week.
over the eye. Was that a
Punch.
It was a punch.
Nice crowd
Right
at
on the
the
forehead was a headbutt.
Beacon Theater. We're ready for the final numbers now.
Boxing fans, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Louis Rivera scores the bout 100-90, while judges Matt Ruggiero and Bob Gilson both score the bout 100-89. All for your winner by unanimous decision from Derry City, Ireland, John Duddy!
Well, a shutout and just about a no-hitter. John Duddy sweeps the cards, and it was that type of a fight. He just had to pile up the points against the guy who was game. So John Duddy escapes with the O still intact. We're back at the Beacon Theater. A victory for John Duddy. He did it in a different way than some thought he would. He is standing by now with Tony Page. Take it away, Tony.
Thanks very much, Dave. John, a little more difficult today.
Yeah, it's hard to fight a guy that doesn't want to fight, you know. I think after I heard him the first round that he was content of moving backwards and me trying to cut the ring off on him and try and break him down, you know. But I think that over this last couple of weeks we changed a few training camps, you know, and my timing wasn't what it should be, and I was loading up again on my punches instead of letting my combinations go. But I got another good 10 rounds, you know. In the early part of my career, everybody was complaining I wasn't getting enough rounds. Well, I'm getting the rounds now, and I'm getting good experience, you know. I have to thank Dupre Strickland. He was a game guy. He got up after that first round with that left hand, you know. Left hook caught on me. And from then on out, he was pretty on the defensive and moving. And it was me trying to catch him. And instead of me throwing combinations, I was only throwing 1 and 2 punches and probably frustrating myself, you know. But at the end of the day, I think I won the fight pretty unanimously, pretty easy. Just there's a few more things that I need to sharpen up on, you know what I mean, to make that next step.
Now, you have a big fight planned in July, but you got to cut over your head from a butt. You got to cut over your eye from a punch. Were you putting too much pressure on yourself thinking about that?
There was no punches that cut me. It was 2 head clashes. The eye happened in the second round, and the head, I think, happened in the 4th or 5th, because I know exactly when they happened. And even thereafter, I was talking to Dupre, and he was like, "Oh man, it just comes with the sport. Orthodox southpaw, clash of heads again." But that comes part and parcel with the sport, and it didn't faze me at all, you know, in the job that I was looking to do. But it's another one of those setbacks that we have in the ring. But I don't think that anything will be put off too long with this cut eye. Do you know what I mean?
Now, your corner was telling you get him out of there, but that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Like you say, you didn't want to fight. So what was the game plan at that point? How did you try to set him up?
Well, I think that with the running he was doing, I was hoping with him being a few years on me, he was going to get a bit more tired, you know. But he was constantly circling, moving, and even he hit me with a few right hands, but there was no power on them at all, you know. There was nothing intent on them because he was always on the back foot. But that's another lesson for me. I'm glad to get the rounds onto my belt, and now we move on to the next step.
Well, have a nice trip to Ireland. Hope you do well over there also.
Thanks very much. Great talking to you again.
Good seeing you. Now we go down to ringside. And Dave.